For centuries, we've believed Aladdin was a children's tale. Poor boy, a magic lamp, a wish-granting genie, a happy ending. But what if I told you that the real story is darker, that the lamp was never meant to be found, and the genie was never meant to be freed? What if Aladdin wasn't just a story, but a coded myth based on ancient forces that once walked our world? Tonight, we venture into forgotten texts, shadowy folklore, and religious truths that challenge everything you thought you knew. This is the untold story of Aladdin, and the truth about the genie of the lamp. Myth versus memory, the story we think we know. Let's begin with what you know. The tale of Aladdin, popularized by Disney in 1992, gave us Agrabah, a wisecracking blue genie, a flying carpet, and a monkey sidekick. But did you know none of that existed in the original story? The earliest version of Aladdin was recorded not in the Middle East, but in 18th century France. A scholar named Antoine Galland added it to his translation of 1001 Nights, after hearing it from a mysterious Syrian storyteller named Hanna Diyab. And the setting? Not Arabia, not Persia, but a fictionalized version of China, with Arabic names, Islamic customs, and a distinctly Middle Eastern spiritual worldview. What was this strange, hybrid world? And why has history forgotten its roots? Hanna Diyab, the lost author of Aladdin. Hanna Diyab was more than just a storyteller. He was a traveler, linguist, and possibly the true creator of Aladdin. His life reads like a fable. Born in Aleppo, he journeyed through the Ottoman Empire, Italy, France, even meeting King Louis XIV at Versailles. In his lost memoirs, discovered only in the 1990s, he describes his travels filled with adventure, mystery, and encounters with strange people and stranger places. Some scholars now believe that he was the inspiration for Aladdin, and that the lamp, the jinn, and the sorcerer were metaphors for real events and mystical encounters on his travels. Was Aladdin a story or a veiled confession? The jinn, spirits of smokeless fire. In Islamic theology, there exists a race of beings made not from clay like man, nor light like angels, but from smokeless fire. These are the jinn, intelligent, invisible beings that walk parallel to our world. Free-willed, emotional, and capable of both good and great evil. The Quran references them repeatedly. In fact, there is an entire chapter, Surah al-Jinn, where the jinn themselves speak. They eat, drink, marry, die. They can possess humans. They can bless or curse. They can live inside homes or be trapped in objects. And in the lore of old scholars, mystics, and magicians, jinn could be bound to rings, scrolls, mirrors, even lamps. Genies, grimoires, and occult Islam. Long before the idea of 3 wishes existed, Middle Eastern occultists described rituals to summon and trap jinn. These rituals appear in texts like the Shams al-Ma'arif, one of the most infamous and feared grimoires in Islamic history. Some rites involve fasting, prayer, and talismans. Others, blood, bones, and grave dust. The goal: binding a jinn to obey your command. The risk: insanity, death, or worse. Some say these texts were banned for good reason. Others believe they still circulate in secret, passed down by sorcerers who never stopped calling to the jinn. The lamp, symbol or reality? Why a lamp? Oil lamps have symbolized hidden knowledge for thousands of years. The flame representing illumination, the vessel representing containment. In the tale, the lamp contains a power so great, it can raise palaces, conquer cities, change fate itself. But there's more: the cave, the lamp, the genie. It mirrors an ancient mystical theme, the descent into darkness to claim forbidden power. The lamp might be a metaphor, or it might be a memory, an actual object, feared, sealed, and lost. It's not the lamp that grants power, it's what's imprisoned inside. Aladdin in global lore, parallels across the world. Aladdin isn't alone. In Hindu lore, yakshas are nature spirits that guard treasure caves. In West Africa, jinn-like spirits are trapped in charms. In Jewish mysticism, the Shedim are shadow beings who dwell in lamps and ruins. These aren't coincidences. They're echoes, scattered across time and space, of an ancient fear that something waits in the dark and we might set it free. Aladdin's story is just the most famous, but it's part of a much older network of belief, one that still whispers today. Was there a real Aladdin? Could Aladdin have been real? There were countless poor boys across the Middle East and Asia in the 18th century. Clever, ambitious, overlooked. Perhaps one of them found a cursed object. Perhaps someone claimed they'd spoken to a spirit. Perhaps Hanna Diyab was Aladdin, hiding a terrible truth in story form. We may never know, but history is filled with strange coincidences and ancient warnings. The lamp is still out there. So what is the truth? Maybe the lamp is a metaphor. Maybe the genie is a parable. But jinn, they're real for millions. Their stories cross borders, languages, and centuries. Whether they're trapped in a lamp or hiding in plain sight, they remain one of the most powerful symbols of the unknown. And as for the lamp, well, if it still exists, would you dare to rub it? Let me know in the comments. Do you believe in jinn? Do you think Aladdin was real? Or was it all a myth, hiding something far older? Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more forgotten truths, forbidden histories, and the mysteries they never taught us in school.